seem to shine brighter in the sunlight, moonlight, or any form of light. Has something shifted dimensionally, or have I?
Zebra, something shifted dimensionally, and so did you. Here's a very short answer for you and anyone else who's asking this particular question. You're not the only one to see this or feel this. I mean, I did as well. I asked that very question. I personally feel that our perceptions are not static, but they're instead somehow hooked to our enlightenment, our consciousness, and how we see things. Cryon actually has said that as we grow in enlightenment, our sight in particular becomes enhanced. This is in the area perhaps of the ability to see other kinds of light, maybe perhaps even multidimensional things. I'm not sure. Have you ever been with a depressed person and wondered why very beautiful things around them either weren't seen or weren't even acknowledged? And if they were really drab to them. Our consciousness is definitely hooked to our physical perceptions. So I think the answer is yes to your question, that your shift has allowed you a peek into a clearer, brighter world.
Indeed, I think we are in a clearer, brighter world. And I'd like to do a brief meditation before the channel where we just spend some time acknowledging the beauty of our body, this vessel that is holding our consciousness while we have this experience, while we are privileged to have this experience on earth. So I invite you to close your eyes and place your hands on your heart if it's comfortable to do so. And as we bring our awareness and attention to our precious beating heart, let us spend time giving gratitude to the miracle of this organ that is continually pumping blood throughout our body, sending oxygenated blood, supporting our life. Let's send love to this miracle of our beating heart that makes our life possible. Thank you, dear, beautiful, loving heart. That also gives me the capacity to send love out to others. What a miracle organ you are, beautiful, loving, beating heart of mine. And now place your awareness and attention to all the other organs of your body, all with their unique function, giving you life. Thank you, all the beautiful organs of my body that give me life. And now let us focus on our nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system of our body. Thank you for the beautiful role you play in giving me life. Now focus our attention and awareness on all the senses of our body that allow us to experience and see and perceive life through our senses: hearing, sight, sound, smell. Thank you for allowing me to interact with the beauty of our world and the precious humans that I share it with. Thank you, I love you, thank you. And let us address every cell and DNA within our body for the beauty of giving us life, that we can experience this 3D vessel that holds our consciousness, giving us this opportunity to have this expression of the life we are having right now on the planet. Thank you, every cell, every DNA of my body. Thank you. I love you. And now you may gently relax your hands on your lap as we are now ready to receive the loving message from Kryon.
Greetings, dear ones. I am Cryon of Magnetic Service. This is the third in a series of channelings that have a theme. The theme has been messages from an angel. But if this is your third time, you know a little of what I'm going to say. But if this is one-off, that is to say, you just stumbled on this channeling somehow, it's about what might happen if you were able to sit in front of an angel, one who knew you and was there for you, because of you, and had messages for you. There are some who say, well, the messages from angels don't work that way, really. They come with overall big messages to groups of people, usually. And if they're going to talk to one person, it's usually some master who need to know something. But it's a far cry to think that heaven and all of its majesty and it would send an angel to talk to me. Well, I think it's time for you to reframe everything you've been taught, if that's how you feel. What if it were just the opposite? What if the love from the other side of the veil was so grand and so great that that's the only thing an angel would ever do, is to come and talk to you? It's a stretch for so many who say, well, that's really not what we were taught. And I will tell you yet again, you're right, it wasn't. That is why we are asking you for allowance to consider something that perhaps you'd never considered before. The angel that you're going to meet in this particular channel, and for some others in the circle of 12 later, I'm going to call the biological angel. Now, the angel isn't any different. It doesn't have another identification. In fact, if you've been with us for the last 3 times, it has no identification. Like so many multidimensional forces and things and energies on the other side of the veil, they just are. It's a concept which is foreign to a singular, linear human being. Everything you have has pieces and parts and identity. And on the other side of the veil, they don't have to. They just are. They move around in ways that would mystify you if you had to study them as you are now in 3D. Those who study that which you have called quantum physics know exactly what I'm talking about. As soon as you look at one thing, it moves. It moves to be something else, and something else replaces it. And you might say, well, why did it move? And the answer is yes. It doesn't make sense. This angel you might sit before with a beautiful message from you is going to be a message about you and your biology. What have I been teaching you for the last 34 years that has to do with health, healing, and biology? The one thing that many might remember, if you have not heard this before, here it is. Each one of you has the ability to talk to your cells. Now, I want to expand on that through the message of the angel. And it's going to expand quite a bit. In this particular channel, it's going to expand somewhat on the circle of 12, even more. Because when it comes to how do we do that, Kryon, from a human being's perception, how is the best way? What is that piece or part I should see? If I have a problem with a certain organ of my body, how can I best talk to it? I want you to sit before this angel with me. And that alone is a big request. Have you ever read in Scripture what happens when an angel shows up? I'll say it again. It changes the energy around you so much, it may even suck the oxygen out of the air. That's the feeling. That you can't breathe even because there's something going on. And that is the sacredness of the other side of the veil. That is partially you. That starts to come into that which is your bubble of reality in 3D. Some are afraid, and that's why the angels say, "Don't fear me." Some don't know what it is because it really does not have form. You make it have form, human being. It doesn't. No angelic energy has ever visited you with any kind of three-dimensional form to see. That has been shaped by your brain, making it usually a beautiful woman with gossamer wings and a halo, and a big smile, just to make it a little more palatable, palpable, and acceptable. It's like you're going to have to eat this energy somehow. So your brain makes it up. But that's not what it looks like. What it looks like might be swirling energy, like a rainbow mist, with a feeling of communication that you cannot hear, but resonates in every cell with a beautiful voice that says, "I love you." This angel wants to talk to you about talking to your cells. And it's going to start quantifying what that means and qualifying the steps. And there are steps. And they don't have to be steps in a certain order. Let's just call them bullet points of the way this can be done. Most humans have no idea how to do it. Those who try to find coherence with that which is their bodily structure probably have the most success. There's been many healings because those who found that could talk to their cells. So I'm going to give you the first message of several that this angel is going to have regarding talking to your cells. And here is the first one that we wish to share from this angel who will come to you and resonate. And you may hear this from the angel that says, if you wish to talk to your cells, there's a missing piece. Welcome, everyone. Healing Wednesday, the Circle of 12. I'm Lee Carroll.
And I'm Monica Morani.
Well, we are back yet again. Another Wednesday. This is June 21. Thank you all for being here. Every Wednesday evening of the year, we come together right here. And we have special guests. We have questions and answers. We have discussions, meditation. And, of course, we have channeling.
But before we begin with all of those wonderful things that Lee just mentioned, let us continue saying the affirmation of the month. And we said this on 2 previous episodes, so it should be familiar to you. And even if it's not familiar and you are watching this as a replay out of order to everything else, it doesn't matter because we are going to have the words on the screen for you. We're going to repeat the affirmation 3 times. And you are invited to participate and join in with us. So let's just spend a mini second releasing everything that has happened today. Just become fully present in this now moment. Dear Spirit, thank you for my divine spark. I am ready to enhance my divinity. I acknowledge the golden angel inside that represents my higher self. Dear Spirit, give me intuition to receive benevolent guidance in my life. I am ready for an amplification of my light and for greater balance and wisdom in my daily life. Dear golden angel inside, I give permission and allowance to meld my consciousness with your divinity. Together, let us demonstrate compassionate action. Let us radiate joy, peace, balance, and oneness.
Dear Spirit, thank you for my divine spark. I'm ready to enhance my divinity. I acknowledge the golden angel inside that represents my higher self. Dear Spirit, give me intuition to receive benevolent guidance in my life. I'm ready for an amplification of my light and for greater balance and wisdom in my daily life. Dear golden angel inside, I give permission and allowance to meld my consciousness with your divinity. Together, let us demonstrate compassionate action. Let us radiate joy, peace, balance, and oneness.
Dear Spirit, thank you for my divine spark. I am ready to enhance my divinity. I acknowledge the golden angel inside that represents my higher self. Dear Spirit, give me intuition to receive benevolent guidance in my life. I am ready for an amplification of my light and for greater balance and wisdom in my daily life. Dear golden angel inside, I give permission and allowance to meld my consciousness with your divinity. Together, let us demonstrate compassionate action. Let us radiate joy, peace, balance, and oneness.
Thank all of you for joining in with us in these affirmations. It's really a good way, I think, to begin this evening program. Affirmations are very helpful in creating the energy of positive expectation. That's what we believe. That's what we teach. And the more often you anticipate benevolence in your life, the more you create synchronicity and benevolence.
I think that's why I love the phrase that a past guest speaker shared with us, which was most benevolent outcome. And we were always told that we should give a prayer for the most benevolent outcome for a situation. And that expression, it came from Tom T. Moore. He was a guest, and you can see that on episode number 30, which was given in the month of April in 2021. But right now, what I'd like to do is move into the question and answer part of the program. You can submit your question in the portal, or you can go to cryonmasters.com/questions. So this question comes from Renata, and Renata's in Germany. And Renata is saying, even after experiencing over 100 Circle of 12 meditations from Cryon, I am still weeping frequently. And sometimes I know Spirit is with me, but often I'm pondering if something is wrong with me.
Renata, I want to expand on this, and I want to give you some personal insight that I believe will help you and perhaps some of the others who have asked this. I can vividly remember the first months of channeling Cryon. When I was channeling in a much more primitive way, you might say I was just learning. I felt like a faucet since I wept all the time. And I was in channel when I did so. So it seemed to be every time I sat in the chair, I wept. However, I expected that as I channeled more, this would eventually all go away. You might say it would dry up. Well, it didn't. Even today, during the channeling, as I sit here, even in the studio in front of you, sometimes in the circle of 12, I'll find myself often tearing up. So many years ago, I asked Cryon about this. This is the same question you asked. I asked, why can't I get used to this feeling when I channel and perhaps not weep as often? I remember Cryon, as an answer, asking me this question from Cryon. Lee, are you asking when you'll get tired of the incredible love for you which flows from the Creator? Then I realized what was being told to me through that question. Every time I channel or give a message, it's fresh, it's new, it's real. It's that linear part of me that says, I should be getting used to it. There's absolutely no getting used to it. It's a constant. We have a constant loving Creator, and it moves back and forth in our body. And while we channel or we meditate, it's not going away. There's no getting used to being loved beyond measure. Every time you open the door to a beautiful conversation with Spirit, there just isn't. So, Renata, there's nothing wrong with you or wrong with me. We're simply responding to an ongoing love and caring from the other side. It's forever. It won't go away. Even we are someday gone, it won't go away. This is one of the things I would love to show everyone. But there are so many who are just not ready to feel that complete package. I think if there were words for those who hesitate to feel the entire package, it would be afraid to be loved. I don't know why people are afraid to be loved. Dear ones, perhaps it's time to allow the entire amount of love into your life. Thank you for this wonderful, heartfelt question.
Oh, thank you, Lee, for that heartfelt answer. And it explains to me why sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and I will look at some videos where it could show like a little puppy dog with a duckling, and I'll start weeping, or it'll be some kind of compassionate action that a human being did to another, and I will just be a blubbering mess. I'll be weeping. But now we have that expressed so beautifully and elegantly from Lee. The love source from the Creator is forever. It's ever present. So let those tears flow, and now you know why. So we have another question, and it comes from Donna. Donna is in California in the US, and she is saying, I understand that we are here to raise the consciousness of humanity on Earth. By doing so, are we also raising the consciousness of other planets and beings in the universe and multi-universe?
Donna, I don't have any idea where you got this question, but I'll tell you, it's exactly the right question for our time, and it's a difficult one. It's one of the most difficult questions I could ever try to answer, and you're not the only one who's asked. But you might as well as ask, why are we here? Or what is the meaning of life? Give me a soundbite and an answer here in 2 minutes. That's how profound the answer is. What is the meaning of life? It's an answer that I can give, but each time it's given, it raises too many other questions to answer. I think most of you know that Monica and I are creating the Chrysalis Academy course. And in that course, this teaching school, the Lemurian Teaching Wheel is one of the courses that we are currently doing. Now, the idea of creating a teaching course, a complicated one, a year-long one, without actually knowing all of the details or parts yet when we begin, that's very Cryon-esque. And that's exactly how it is. This profound information about core truth, it was given in 2017, but it's only now just being revealed, the details, little by little, concept by Cryon, to me. But the information is becoming more and more complete, and more esoteric information is being given about a spiritual beginning for us, what it was like. All this to say to you, and to make it germane to this answer, that Cryon is starting to reveal a larger picture than I ever was able to teach before, and it starts to answer your question. All the students of the Chrysalis Academy will receive this full information eventually, but it's quite amazing that Cryon is revealing so many things about our galaxy. Never did before. Let me give you some questions to answer. These may be rhetorical, or they may not be. What if the driving force behind everything we see in the sky is love? What if life is everywhere, everywhere, but it doesn't visit us that much because we are not ready? What if there is duality within the galaxy itself, and it's an energy that's working a spiritual puzzle just like we are? What if? What if, when we are visited by lower consciousness life from the stars, we see them as negative, scary aliens? But when we are visited by very high consciousness from the stars, we don't even know it. We see them as angels. Are you getting the picture here? Humanity has no idea what's out there, and we just assume it's all bad. We're babies of consciousness, Cryon says, and we really have no idea what's really happening apart from here. We're kind of isolated, you might say. We just assume that if there is life visiting us from anywhere, it's going to be just like we are. Conquering, greedy, warlike, humanistic, scary. Listen, Donna, the answer to your question goes way beyond all understanding of what humanity perceives might be out there in our galaxy. Cryon says we are a full-color vehicle of biology, living in a black and white perception of reality. Wow. We are the human race, all packed into a Boeing 747, roaring up and down the runway, screaming in delight and having so much fun with no idea that we can fly. But when we start raising our vibration and allow more light into this planet, everything starts to change. And when it does, you will understand this answer, Donna. The future of planet Earth has everything to do with other planets and stars in the galaxy and our universe. It's why we're here. It's why we exist. It's a plan of love, and it's beyond anything anyone can ever imagine.
Oh, I think that's why I love the phrase I used to remember from Kryon saying that, "Dear light worker, you are the hope of the planet and the forerunner of the galaxy." Oh, beautiful answer, Lee. Thank you. I'd like to take one more question before meditation and channel, and this comes from Zebra from Texas. And the question is this: everything seems to sparkle more brightly ever since 2020. The oak leaves, water ripples, even pieces of plastic seem to shine brighter in the sunlight, moonlight, or any form of light. Has something shifted dimensionally, or have I?
Zebra, something shifted dimensionally, and so